Good evening, folks, and welcome to episode 16 of the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up. We've got a massive show for you lined up today. It's the end of the season. Lots to talk about. Lots of drama to get to. Let's get straight into it because we have a packed show tonight, full of fun games as well, and we got an interesting post-show thing that I'm not really looking forward to. Alrighty, starting off. Let's see who we have today. We have a very special show tonight, guys. We have the triumvirate of guests tonight. Starting with, we have CulturedLeftFoot. Welcome in, Cultured.
Cultured Left Foot.
There he is. There's Cultured. Welcome in. How are you,
Hello.
Cultured? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Good. And we also have HoffSpur joining us today. HoffSpur, that's right. HoffSpur is here. Welcome in, Hoff. How you doing?
Thank you. Great. How are you?
Doing good. And last but not least, the ever-present Milothe1st. Joining us, fresh off of a exciting weekend of adventures. How are you doing, Milo?
I'm good. Good to see everybody.
Good. Alrighty, well, let's take a look at the topics for tonight. We're gonna start from the top of the table and move our way down a little bit. So we'll take a look at the Manchester City Premier League title victory, as well as Liverpool's short push for that there, coming up a little short there, unfortunately. We're gonna take a look at Spurs finishing in the top 4 on the final day. Also, Arsenal pushed by Tottenham. Tight race there as well. We're going to take a look at Manchester United's abysmal end of the season with a certain Ten Hag arriving into the league. We're going to take a look at Mbappe's new contract at PSG, as well as other matches in the Premier League and other events around Europe as well. We'll talk about that. Open panel section this week is going to be about our best, is going to be based around chat, but also if in chat you guys want to give us your best, worst players of the week, we have a little, there you go. There's the questionnaire in the chat. For your personal team, let us know what you think. Who are these players for you? And then we have a game called Name That Price. It's a new game. We'll try it out today. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but our guests might have to use pen and paper to to keep things fair. And then we have our weekly check-in as always, and basically we have so much to talk to that we're going to be sprinkling things everywhere and anyhow we can. So without any further ado, let's get into the weekend's results. We're going to do a bit of Premier League, obviously, to begin. Manchester City are champions of England for the 4th time in 5 seasons. Pep Guardiola leads Manchester City to the title with a stunning comeback over Steven Gerrard-led Aston Villa in the final in about 5 minutes' time. Scored 3 goals to defeat Villa and win the title. Let's get it started. Cultured, what are your thoughts on that Manchester City comeback, and also Liverpool as well? Liverpool was pushing pretty hard there, came up short.
Steven Gerrard slipped again, didn't he?
He did.
2-0 lead, and I mean, I can understand why he did it, but the game sort of fell apart when he took Coutinho off because they had no attacking threat between the midfield and the attack, and I can see why they were trying to hold on and win it. But I mean, the league doesn't lie, right? Best team over 38 games wins it. So Man City are that team. Congratulations to them. Liverpool pushed them close. It was just a good battle at the top, right? It's always fun when it goes down to the last day, and especially the drama that was there in terms of, at one point, City were winning it, then Liverpool were winning it, then City won it within that manic 5 minutes. It was. And I mean, I watched more of those games than of Man United's game, so it was more entertaining than that. But good drama.
Milo, any thoughts about the City's title, Liverpool's?
Yeah, I mean, that game I mean, it's awfully convenient, but I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying it's awfully convenient how the day unfolded. But when you look at the stats of the game, I know we always say stats don't tell the whole story, and they don't, but City's relentlessness, 601 passes, 88% pass accuracy, compared to Villa's 243 passes with a 67%. They would just grind you down. So, stats-wise, 24 shots as well, only 5 on target. Goals were coming in that game for City. So I am surprised they went down 2-0. Miraculous turnaround. It's not really miraculous when you look deeper at the numbers. But, yeah, I mean, they're, like Culture said, 38 games. They're the most consistent team. Maybe not the most entertaining, but...
Yeah, speaking of turnarounds, that's the first time Man City have won a game where they trailed by 2 goals since February 2005. The first time they've done it, which is pretty wild. What a time to do it.
That is a wild stat.
Hoff, any thoughts on Liverpool or City in that first place battle?
I thought the whole final day was really entertaining. I started watching Spurs and I stopped because it was
City and Liverpool.
I know. But I have to get it in as much as I can. But I flipped it over when I saw Liverpool tied their game, drew level, and I was on that and I was getting updates on my phone like, oh, Man City's only down by a goal now. And I was like, okay, eventually I'll turn to that. And before I could turn to it, they were winning the game. It was just a crazy day. I was surprised. Not really surprised, I guess, now that I think about it, with the Champions League final coming up, that Salah didn't come out starting. But they did what they had to do, but City's win just made it irrelevant. So I guess at that point, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Salah, he's the fourth player to end the Premier League season, top for both goals and assists. Can you guys name any of the other three? Any other four? Excuse me.
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry's correct. There's 2 more. Harry Kane's
Kane
correct. There's 2 more now here. There's a Chelsea player.
Ronaldo?
No, not Ronaldo. There's another
Lampard?
United player though. No, not Lampard. Both pre-2000.
Pogba?
Not Pogba.
Pre-2000.
Drogba.
No, not Drogba. Oh,
Pre-2000.
no. Pre-2000. So one is Andy Cole in 93-94 season, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He did it.
Jimmy
Floyd.
I never had him
Everyone has
down.
great memories of Jimmy Floyd.
I never had him down as an assister, though. You know.
No. Neither did I.
I would never have guessed him.
Yeah. And that's Salah's also third Golden Boot, and he's one behind Thierry Henry. But yeah, it was a good end of the season. Exciting stuff. We'll talk about it later. Actually, we'll talk about it now. Do you think they should? I know it's a tradition to do all of the Premier League games at one time, but don't you think it would have been they could have made it a little exciting if they just had Liverpool and City playing at the same time on like a Sunday night, and then in the morning it's a relegation battle, and then like, is that too American?
They just don't do that. It's tradition to have all the teams play at the same time. Yeah, and I like traditions, so
yeah.
I'm with Milo. I think there's something amazing about the final day of the season. All the teams play at the same time, so you can't have it makes match fixing a lot harder, right? Because you don't know what the other teams are doing. Well, back in the day, obviously social media, it's easy for fans to get it across and things like that. But I like all the games. Final day of the season, 3:00 kickoffs, bosh, or 4:00 kickoffs as it was on Sunday.
Quick chat recap before we get into Tottenham. Tottenham, we love you, says Ozzy. Greg says scripted. The betting companies made bank on the live action. Just saying. Okay, felt so scripted. Definitely scripted. The whole day was a VOD. It was already pre-recorded.
Imagine if that was FIFA or PES and you're Liverpool and you go and check the scores afterwards, or Football Manager, and like you see City have scored 3 in 5 minutes, you'll be like, oh, I'm done. Quit,
Yeah.
save, go, quit, don't save, reload. Yeah.
One of the things about them all playing at the same time that I like is if you're watching some of the games, you'll see people telling the players what's happening elsewhere, and I think that's a cool element. So you don't know if perhaps they said, look, Liverpool are 3-1 up, you need to do something here, and then beat it up. But yeah, who knows?
Alrighty, well, moving on to Tottenham. Tottenham have secured Champions League for next season with a massive win over Norwich City. Son has become the first Asian player to win the Premier League Golden Boot, sharing that with, as previously mentioned, Mo Salah, 23 goals. And Harry Kane has now scored 9 goals on the final day of the Premier League season. That's the joint most in competition's history, alongside 2 other players, which we'll mention them at the end. Maybe you guys can think of them throughout. Anyways, Hoff, what's your feelings on Tottenham? Pretty exciting day for you.
Very happy. Yeah, I mean, starting the season, I was happy. They got 3 out of 3 top of the table early on under Nuno, which wasn't honestly expected ever from me, especially. And then Nuno's gone. Conte comes in November, 8th place, I believe, and I'm hoping just to get into Europe somehow at that point. So it's just incredible the job that he has done, that Conte has done with the squad since that time, and I'm interested to see if and how he's backed in the summer. I see a bunch of Serie A links, which are, I guess, easy for journalists to do, given that he was at Inter with Paratici as the transfer guru. But yeah, it's an exciting time for sure.
And if we skip to Tottenham's, the open panel topic we're going to get to later, if you could go through your player of the season, flop of the season stuff. I'm curious to hear what.
Okay.
So player of the season,
I had Son.
Okay. Over Kane. Was it tough between them, or it was pretty easy?
It was pretty easy. I think Kane does more overall, just over the course of a game. But I think Son might be a little more clutch. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I feel like it's not, but I feel like when goals are needed, Son is more likely to step up than Kane for Tottenham. Anyways,
what do you guys think, Milo? Cultured, Kane or Son, player of the season?
Son.
Gotta
Okay.
be Son. Yeah.
All right.
It's an easy choice for me. Yeah.
All right. Flop of the season, Hoff.
I had Reguilon. Mostly, he was easy to forget about this season. I know he got hurt and kind of lost his place to Matt Doherty of all people, playing on the opposite side that he's normally on, and then Doherty gets hurt and Sessegnon comes on and has played great the last stretch of games, and I think he might have cemented a spot for next season as well.
Let's see, most improved player for you.
I had that was leading in. I had Sessegnon as my most improved, just over the course of the season, because he's been loaned out all over the place. I think he has, from where he was at the beginning of the season to now, I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the starting 11 opening kick next season.
Okay. Regressor.
I had Lucas.
Okay.
For that. Just he didn't have the impact that he had in previous seasons. I don't know if that's because there's more quality in front of him now, so he didn't just get as much opportunity, but he wasn't the same player that he has been.
And then we have unsung hero and signing of the season.
Unsung hero, I have Ben Davies. I feel like he stepped into a role that he didn't play a whole lot. He played it a little bit under Poch at the left center back in the back three, and he did very well. He was solid the entire time. I think he had a couple yellows because he's just getting older, slower. But overall, I thought he was. He's like a consistent 6, 6.5, maybe a 7 here and there. Never does anything super amazing and never has really bad games. And signing of the season, I had I wrote down Christian Romero at first, but the last, was it 3 games of the season, we got clean sheets without him. So that's the only reason I took him off. He's still a great signing. So I put Kulusevski as my signing of the season, just because
nice.
it seems like everything he's touched since he arrived has turned to gold. So yeah.
Nice. Milo, Cultured, anything to add to that section there? Who's your favorite player on Spurs, Milo? Who's your favorite player?
I mean, I would Son easily. It's not even a question. He's a fantastic player. I said it the other week, and this is not when you were in this position or anything. I think I've said it earlier in the season as well. Like I'm so surprised. It sounds like an insult to Tottenham, and I don't mean it as one. I promise you. I'm so surprised that a club hasn't come in for him.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah.
I really am, because he's just an absolute weapon in that final third. And I for me, I think he makes Kane look good.
Yeah.
My unsung hero for Spurs, I would have put Højbjerg up there. I thought he was
that's a good one.
He's solid.
Holding that midfield, he's been superb, Højbjerg.
Yeah.
Let's just catch up with chat here. Son, winner of most goals in the season. Yep. Aussie, yep. It was FM. Son should get the golden boot. 0 pens. Oh, that's a good point. You're telling me the last day of Spurs was not Spursy? Definitely pre-recording. I'm telling you the whole day was a VOD. All right, so during the open panel section, we'll rehash all these. Stefan and Daniel, we'll read them in the open panel section as well. And welcome in C. Thank you for the follow. Alrighty, next up, Arsenal. Arsenal needing Spurs to falter in their match. Also had to win. They defeated Everton, already safe from relegation. Everton at home. Arsenal are the second side to score 3 goals from a corner in a single game this season after Liverpool in September. And Bukayo Saka is the second youngest player to feature in every match in a full Premier League season for Arsenal since Cesc Fabregas, which is pretty good company.
Very nice.
Milo, what are your thoughts on Arsenal's season, and then you can get into your kind of best and worst players and so on.
Yeah, I've got the list here. I saw you post that earlier. I had time to go through and do that. So I mean, the game itself against Everton, obviously we just go out and get a win. That's where we were at. That's all we could do. Everything else was out of our hands. So they did that comfortably. I think Everton, obviously just breathed a huge sigh of relief, and that was about it. They were safe and they didn't put up much of a fight. The game itself was pretty average. Nothing special, I didn't think. I mean, 5-1, great. We got the win, but obviously it's only good enough for 5th. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everyone assumes I'm super mad about the way the season has ended, and I'm not, because you'll see through the 16 episodes, I think Arsenal have overachieved. I think the squad, especially once Aubameyang, obviously it wasn't working. I'm going to get into that a little bit in a minute, but once Ober was gone, I just think I'm looking at 8th to 10th. The start was obviously abysmal, 3 losses in a row, although I think a lot of that is the fixtures were tough and COVID was impacting us and stuff like that. So to finish where we have, I think we've really overachieved. I will take Europa because it's a natural progression. We were down in 8th, we've now progressed to 5th, and now you look to push on next season, and the naysayers are already like, well, now you're going to have to play more games. Well, fuck it, we would have had to play more games in the Champions League anyway. Yes, there's more travel. I think that comes down to squad management and squad depth, and that's something we've already identified. It has to be improved for us to challenge, and that's where I'm at. So overall, 5th, I'm happy. Sure, the battle with Tottenham down for 4th, it's good to see Arsenal and Tottenham battling again for something meaningful because it makes the derby that much spicier. I hate social media, so I don't listen or pay attention to any of it because it's all just brave souls on their keyboard that wouldn't say anything to your face. So I just ignore all of that. And like overall, I'm happy. Somebody was talking to me this weekend about Aubameyang and how he's gone on to do great things. And if you're done at a club, he was done at Dortmund and he came to Arsenal and he did great. Then he's done at Arsenal and now he's gone to Barca and he's done great. It's a pattern with Aubameyang that you can clearly see. Arteta was taking no nonsense and he's gone. And honestly, keeping him wouldn't have been the difference because he wasn't scoring goals anyway. Go back and look at the first 10 games of the season. He was not the Aubameyang that would have done it. Massive problem for us. Goal difference of 13. Out of the top 5, it's we're not going to. I'm sure we'll get into United's when Culture does his bit. Yeah, but our goal difference of 13. Fourth place was 29. That's a massive difference there. So goal scoring was a huge issue for us all year long. I'll miss the money, and maybe the temptation for certain players. But honestly, if you want to build a winning team, I think we want to target players that believe in Arteta's project. He's got a contract. If you believe in his project and you've got a soft spot for Arsenal, then come on in because we're building something. And that's it. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well said. Well said.
I know it's maybe a bit too much of an adult take for some people to take, but I'm afraid I'm an adult. So,
Cash is not happy.
Alrighty, player of the season for you.
Player of the season for me, it's either obviously Bukayo Saka jumps out but he's very young, so I think Ramsdale. Honestly, I think Ramsdale has been unbelievable for us, and I think he's a big reason that we're
flop of the season.
Easy, Pepe. Absolute waste of space. Absolute waste of a squad
most improved player.
Bukayo, and that's just because I think last year to this year, it's been a big leap for him, and he's catapulted more so into people's minds after the summer with England and stuff. I think it's Bukayo. It's just, and I really hope that trend continues.
Let's see. Most improved. Biggest regressor.
This I hate to say, but it's Tierney, and it's just too many injuries.
Yeah.
Like technically, he'd still be just as good if you plug him in that team. He's definitely better than Nuno or Xhaka, who's played there a couple of times. But I think Tierney it's regression because he hasn't played enough, and there's no one else like in the squad that really jumps out to me as having.
And unsung hero.
Unsung hero, Eddie Nketiah. Not because I love him or want to keep him, or if he moves on, I wish him all the best. But he did stand up when needed, and he did a really good job, man. And he won't be remembered as an Arsenal legend. Let's get that straight, right? Yeah. But he stood up here, so for me, he's the unsung hero for the end of the
Xhaka a
season.
close second in that or no?
I wanted to put Xhaka just to piss Cash off, but I didn't.
And signing of the season,
Ramsdale again, because I did have Tomiyasu as a close second, but again, some injuries have maybe cut him just out of the running. But Ramsdale, it's too easy to choose. I think he's put himself in contention for World Cup to be the number one for England at the World Cup, and I think you can't really look past that. He's a really, really good goalkeeper.
Very nice, very nice. Aubameyang is shit. He isn't Barcelona quality, but he should have gotten Arsenal into the top 4. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Something was going on there behind the scenes. We talked about it in the past. Something.
My FPL team disagrees with that.
Alrighty. Well, moving along to Manchester United. Manchester United needed a win to secure Europa League action against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Erik ten Hag made an appearance was present for the entire game. Turned out that they lost to Crystal Palace, but thankfully West Ham also lost to Brighton, a Danny Welbeck-led Brighton, and United find themselves in the Europa League. This is the let me just pull up the notes. It's the 6th game sixth consecutive away defeat for the first time since 1981. And the first time we've failed to finish a season with a positive goal difference since 1990. So Erik ten Hag is coming in with a project. Cultured, your thoughts on the situation at United, man?
It was rubbish.
Yeah.
I mean, without using some more expletive sort of words, yeah, it was rubbish. Yeah, a goal difference of 0, worst one ever. Lowest points total in the Premier League ever. Most conceded goals in the Premier League for Man United ever. It was just awful. I mean, you look at Ten Hag and he's got to be thinking, I'm walking into this job in a perfect position, because it's so low. Like, the bar is so low. He's got to be walking in and thinking, this can only get better. I still think he's got one season of potentially finishing in a similar position, maybe even the Conference League, while we adapt to his sort of style. But if the fans give him the patience, I will, because sort of like Milo said, we're adults now, right? You look at it in a slightly different light and you can see a bigger picture, a longer picture. But the season as a whole was just terrible. It was just like no style of play, whoever was the manager, going from Solskjaer to Carrick to Rangnick. I think I'm in the sort of same field as you, Cart, in that you can see why Rangnick was brought in for the bigger picture. I don't think he was there as the manager to save the day and be a Carlo Ancelotti, because if that's what you wanted, you just go and get Carlo Ancelotti, who was available. I think was he available? Or no, it was last year, wasn't it? He was available.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the bigger picture stuff, and that's what needs to settle in now. The revolution of the back room and the senior staff and, you know, board executives and stuff like that, I think is a big say as well. Woodward's going. Hopefully that changes a few things. The Glaziers seem to be coming under a bit more pressure, even though they've spent the money. It's more about the bad recruitment, the lack of a plan, which you hope that Ten Hag brings in. He's bought assistant managers that have done well with him everywhere he's been, including Steve McLaren, which I think is a good appointment back at the club. Now the season's finished, I'm feeling positive, because there's a couple of months or something until the Premier League starts again. 3 months. Like, you've got to be positive. If you can't be positive now as a United fan, then you're never going to be, because it's been such a rubbish season. We've got an up and coming youngish manager. I know I think he's older than Pep, but you just got to be positive, right? It's at the end of the day, it's football. There's more important things in life, but it's still really bloody important. So yeah.
Alrighty, well, who's your player of the season?
I think it has to be Ronaldo.
Ronaldo?
17 goals, 18 goals, I think. I was toying between Ronaldo and De Gea.
I've got De Gea.
I'm not saying all the goals are De Gea's fault, but I don't think you can give it to a goalkeeper when you've conceded your most goals in the Premier League season.
Fair enough.
And he's the only player that's played in every single game this season. United didn't win a game when Ronaldo didn't play. And people say he'll upset the apple cart, but when it comes to player of the season, it has to be him, right? I mean, top goal scorer, didn't lose when he was in the squad, or didn't win when he wasn't in the squad. So yeah, Ronaldo.
True. Flop of the season for you?
Oh god, there's so many of them.
I've got one, Bissaka. But yeah, there's a lot of them. Actually, might be. Well, I got another. I tried to pick different players for each one, but I could have
put the regretta.
Yeah, I have a certain member of Prison FC.
It's hard because flop and regressor could be the same. I think flop, I'm actually going to go Luke Shaw.
Okay, fair.
Because of how good he was at the Euros, and everyone was like Roberto Carlos and how well he had been playing and all of that. I just feel like it's sort of between him and Harry Maguire.
When you say everyone, you mean United fan. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah. Everyone saw what he did at the Euros, right, and was like, "Oh, there's the left back that United signed 9 years ago, or whatever it was." Right, here we go, we're getting in, and yeah, I'll go Luke Shaw. Flop of the season.
Alrighty, most improved player for you.
Oh my god,
I've gone with Elanga. I mean,
Fred and Elanga, maybe. I think Fred just because he actually put in some effort and worked hard, but probably probably Elanga, unless I can pick like Garnacho, because you know he hasn't messed up and he scored a bucket ton of goals in the under-23s. But
True.
yeah, I'll go Fred. If you picked Elanga, I'll go Fred.
I got Fred later as well. Biggest regressor.
Rashford.
Rashford. I was gonna put Rashford, but my expectations of him were so low in the beginning of the season already. I put Mason Greenwood. He's regressed in multiple ways.
Yeah.
He's regressed out of the club.
Okay. Yeah. So
That's a little harsh, I guess.
Yeah, Rashford and Maguire probably in terms of regressor, because people forget that under Ole in the first year under Ole, Maguire was actually very good playing counter-attacking football. People forget that. So
true. Unsung hero for you. I've got Fred. I've got Fred here.
Yeah, it probably is Fred.
It could have been him there or most improved.
Yeah, Fred.
And then signing of the season, I've got Ronaldo, since I had De Gea in the beginning.
Has to be, right?
Yeah, it has to be Ronaldo. Nice.
Right, has to be.
Alrighty, quickly.
Therein lies your problem.
Quickly through chat. Season was a success, apparently. Yes, Iran. Yes. I think I've made up my mind now. Football is just as scripted as the NBA and NFL. Football Lover says. Are you sure the bar is so low? United could have been like Everton if De Gea and Ronaldo weren't out there. Maybe. Who knows? That would have been amazing. Ten Hag made it very clear in his press conference that he doesn't give two Fs of what Ranić has to say. So pack your shit and get out. There's your big picture. All right. And how much... What the hell was that? That was loud. Oh, T-Bert, thank you for the follow. I don't know why that made noise. What else do we got here? Definitely they have. Okay, and Sancho sending the season. Moving on to Mbappe and other matches around Europe. Quickly about Mbappe. Mbappe says Real Madrid did everything they could to make the move happen. Mbappe says everyone knows that I wanted to leave last summer and it was the best decision possible at the time. The context is different now. Now I know what I can bring to my country, the country I dream of playing in. There's also a sentimental element, and the project has changed. I think my story here isn't over. La Liga president says on PSG's big contract, he says it's an insult to football. It's scandalous that a club like PSG, which last season reported losses of more than 220 million euro, after accumulating losses of more than 700 euro in the prior seasons, with a squad cost of around 650 million for this season, can close such an agreement, while those clubs that could afford the hiring of Mbappe without seeing their wage bill compromised are left without being able to sign him. Interesting situation. What are your thoughts on this Mbappe situation, Milo? What are you thinking?
Take all the financial stuff out of it, okay? Yeah. I want to personally shake Kylian Mbappe like one of those jibber jabber things when I was a kid, like because I want to be like, you're going to stay in Liga 1. You're probably going to win the league every year, maybe even for the rest of your career. Yeah. Right? Great. I mean, well done. I mean, test yourself, man. You're regarded as one of the best players in the world, if not, you know, you're on the way to that. Go test yourself, man.
Yeah,
like,
can I just have a very quick rebuttal about that?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Hang on, very quickly. He's 23, right? He's a 3-year contract. In 3 years, I guarantee he signs for Madrid when he's at his peak at 26.
You think Perez will want him after that?
Yeah. Yeah, then if Mbappe gets to the potential he's going to be, think of just marketing money, right, for the club.
Yeah,
maybe that happens, and I will take some of it back in 3 years if that happens. But for now, I'm like, where's your ambition? Right? Where's your ambition? That's just where I'm at.
I'll play devil's advocate.
No, I agree with you. I was playing devil's advocate. I agree with you. I think you should have gone.
You're not good. You've already shown this season. If you didn't win the Champions League with this squad this season, you ain't winning it. You ain't winning it next season or the year after or the year after. You're not. So kiss goodbye to that. You're just going to win the French league and maybe the French Cup, and you're going to be the top scorer and bully for you. And then, is it true that he's going to be a part owner of the club?
Apparently, he's gonna. He's gonna.
Personally, I think that is a massive conflict of interest. I think it's absolute bullshit, and it shouldn't be allowed to happen.
I mean, you talk about conflict of interest. The guy who is currently UEFA president and rewriting the FFP rules to be after COVID is the owner of PSG.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, I mean, that is a massive. How can that even happen? That's ridiculous.
I just think it shouldn't be. I think when you retire from playing, and you take a role on the board or whatever, you could be a part owner. I think I would have no issues with that with any player ever if they mean that much to that club. But when you're a player, you can't own a portion of the club that your teammates play for. It's a recipe for disaster, man.
Yeah,
it is.
The idea that a lot of people are saying is that it's a chance for French football to make a revival, and
okay.
And that's look, that sentiment is nice and all, and if it happens, great. But I just don't see it happening. People compare it to Madrid in the early 2000s. How Zidane signed, he left CDA when CDA was the league, and then now he helped build Spain up. But at the time, Spain was competing with other, they had competing clubs. It wasn't just Madrid like it is just PSG in France. So, if they're saying it's going to take 3 years to revamp the league, that'd be great. That'd be great. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Hoff, any thoughts about this?
Yeah, go
on. For the revival of Ligue 1, I don't, unless the league itself or the FF, or I think it's the FF, French Football Association. I can't think of what they're called.
Now it's just one massive F.
Yeah, just F.
One massive F now.
If capital F doesn't enact some kind of I don't even know how they would do it, like some kind of revenue sharing or something that is different than what they're doing now. I mean, you're still gonna see PSG most likely clinching the league by February, March. I mean, and I really agree with Milo. Like, test yourself, man.
Yeah.
Go play somewhere. Play out of the country. Learn a new language. I mean, he may know. I don't know how many languages he knows. He may know Spanish for all I know. But go play in a different country. Challenge yourself. I would say this upcoming season is where I've always held Mbappe slightly higher than Haaland. I think this next season might be where Haaland just nudges ahead of him as far as the best young player in the world goes. Just because he's done it in a bunch of different, well, not a bunch, but more than France so far. And also, I have no idea, his ownership. I don't know if it's true or not, but part of his terms of signing was that they would make an effort to sell Neymar. So not only are you going to stay, you want to get rid of one of your best teammates too. I understand the whole ego thing. I want the spotlight, I want the praise and all of that, but still, that doesn't help you win.
You're right. Right. Cultured, anything else to add to this?
Yeah, it's just a mess, isn't it? It's just a mess. I mean, as soon as I saw this, and this shows where my brain is, and Hoff might have been sort of similar, I thought of it and thought, how are they going to implement that in Football Manager? How are you going to have a player who's 23 and come saying, I'm only going to sign a new contract if I'm a technical director or I have say over
right.
It's absolutely bonkers, right? I agree with the other guys. Go and test yourself in a different league. Go and show that you can do it outside of Monaco and Paris. But I think someone put it in chat. Kylian Mbappe has played Madrid really well because he's got it. PSG know he wanted to move, so he could ask PSG for anything, and they're going to try and keep him. He's also played PSG because in 3 years he'll be at his peak and he'll go on a free transfer. And then you get the real questions around if he does have ownership of the club. Does he keep that ownership of part of PSG? And then that's a massive conflict of interest when they meet potentially in a Champions League final and he scores an own goal in the 91st minute so that he gets the bonus benefits from Paris winning the Champions League when he's not there. But yeah, It's an absolute mess. I think he's made a bad decision. I don't see how it can work out well for anyone other than Mbappe. And I guess the argument is that's all he's got to worry about. So
yeah, fair enough. And just quickly, we're a little low on time. We'll kind of transition into the open panel section, guys. If you have any topics you want to talk about, please post in chat. We'll read through chat as well. We didn't get to the relegation battle. Leeds make they're the first team since, I think, Wigan in 2010-11 to start in the bottom 3 and not get relegated on the final day of the season. Rafinha has scored, or Leeds have scored all of their 18 penalties in the Premier League. Jesse Marsh keeps him up the American, As a United fan, I'm not supposed to like Leeds, but I got to support Americans in European football. Pretty exciting stuff. Burnley goes down.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about that to add? I mean, it's pretty miraculous stuff.
Yeah, I think I was hoping Leeds would stay up. I don't have any affiliation with them whatsoever, but Burnley, man, what a bad season for them.
good riddance.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
good riddance.
Yeah, I
Good
won't
riddance.
miss them, and I won't miss Sean Dyche. My only fear is
Yes.
that he'll pop up at another Premier League club somewhere,
Oh,
which
gosh.
sucks. And I'll have to look at his face again,
And
Hear his voice.
his
Yeah.
voice as well. Yeah, so Norwich, Watford, and Burnley down. I mean, yeah, I'm ready for next season. Bring on some newcomers. Let's have some new blood.
and
Forest. Come on, Forest.
Come on, Forest.
Oh,
Yeah, we want Forest up there.
then we got, what else? Serie A as well. Milan wins the Scudetto. First time in, I think, 10 years or something. 10, 11 years. They're the youngest Serie A winning side, average age side, to ever win it, I believe. I think 26 something. And also Mike Maignan, he signed for Lille. Lille hadn't won the trophy or the title in 10 years. They won the trophy. Signed for Milan. They hadn't won the title in, I think, 11 years. They won the title. Great to see Milan back at the top for me. Do you guys have any thoughts? Congratulations to Milan. Yeah, stuff.
I mean, can Man United sign Mike Maignan if he's got
I
that
know,
record
right?
of moving clubs and winning leagues? Like-
Every 10 years. There you go. Yeah, so nice to see.
Iran's comment
Yeah, go
on
ahead.
a positive note, Mbappe staying in Uber Eats League, he'll be on permanent A form in PES.
True.
And I have him. I have him, so I'm quite happy about it.
Madrid shouldn't talk about they shouldn't talk what they heard. Yeah. They've Madrid have had their fair share of shady dealings behind the scenes as well. Over the years. PSG is going back in the gutter after the World Cup anyway, so good luck. Soccer Tour says I called it, but that he was going to stay at PSG because he wants to win the Champions League there, but I had no idea this would be how he would negotiate it. Fair enough. Let's see. Akash is saying the whole panel saying Mbappe should test outside France. Then why can't they say the likes of Kane? People want to see their star player play in their own league.
Nah, I would have loved it. I'd love to see Kane try it for Madrid or Barcelona or someone. I'm always a big exposure.
I would have, yeah.
Players going around. Yeah.
But I also think the Premier League is a much greater test than the French league. You're never
True.
going to sell me otherwise. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Kane moving to a bigger club, I guess, is the thought there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Prem is pretty big.
He had chances to go to United and City. Turned him down. I mean, that's on him. If he ends up with nothing. Sorry, did that come out?
Yeah. You said that out loud.
He was
yeah.
unmuted. He was unmuted.
Soccer brings up about Burnley. They're screwed. They had some loan payments, like 67 million loan, something, and they needed to stay up. Now they're gonna have to probably sell a lot of people. I heard Tarkowski's on West Ham's radar now.
Yeah.
They'll be
Everton,
selling some
Newcastle,
players.
West Ham.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll up and see, guys. If you have for your personal team, like City fans, Liverpool fans, if you guys want to fill that out, I'm gonna scroll up and find the other ones. We had Daniels, player this season was Mohamed Salah. Daniel's a Liverpool fan, by the way. Okay, but he went throughout the league. Nice. Okay, that works. Player of the season, Salah. Flop of the season, Sancho. Most improved player, Rice or Bowen? Bowen was amazing this season.
Bowen was great.
Biggest regressor, Saka. Interesting. Unsung hero, Mane. And signing of the season, Luis Diaz. He was a great signing. Luis Diaz was a great signing there. I wonder how is Saka regress? I don't know.
If you look at last season and this season, he has the ability to influence a game way more. And in his position, I think that's all I can ask for. If he continues on that trajectory, as I said earlier. I don't agree with that one, but I mean, each to your own.
Stefan's got a list for Barcelona. Best player, Pedri. Worst player, Ter Stegen. Most improved, Araujo. Regressor, Frankie. Unsung hero, Luke de Jong. Absolutely. And the best signing was Aubameyang. Okay. Nice. Hazard and Coutinho flopped in La Liga while they had the ball in Prem. Kane should prove himself somewhere else. I don't know. It's a tough one. I was talking in Discord about this and how this whole to me the way the Mbappe thing could work is if something like Super League happens where PSG is playing against top he's testing himself against top teams week in week out, but in France it just seems like he's got a bit of that he's got bit by the Neymar bug or something. It feels like a Neymar move when he left Barca, right? He was at the top. I guess he was a little overshadowed by Messi, but he moved to France, and you could tell that he just relaxed a little bit. He's still amazing talent and all that stuff, but I don't know.
Is Daniel the one that said about Saka there? I just saw his response there.
That's what's wrong.
I mean, if you think he's in the team to get goals, you should probably not watch, or maybe you don't watch enough Arsenal games. I don't know, because that's not his job.
So I don't understand how anyone could say anyone has regressed more than any Man United player. Surely the biggest regressor has to be a Man United player this season.
Let's see. Throughout the league, I guess, is an interesting question. Who's regressed throughout the league?
Timo Pukki.
Could Lukaku qualify as the biggest flop of the season? Maybe. Timo Pukki. Yeah. He's old though, huh? Gotta get kind of.
Lukaku is a flop.
Yeah. If you're judging flops on a new signing, it has to be Lukaku.
Yeah, okay. I think most improved. I think Jared Bowen's a great shout though. He came out of nowhere this season, playing well. I hope he's in the England setup. If Haaland flops in PL, people will say Bundesliga tax or scouting faults. Jack Grealish. Ooh, Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Bit of a lot of interesting stuff there.
A little bit.
Shall we move on to the game for tonight? This is going to be interesting. You guys have your pens and papers? Okay. We're playing Name That Price, folks. Name that price. Yes. I'm going to show you a football memorabilia item. And you guys have to name, or you have to guess what whoever is closest to the retail price gets 10 points. Points will increase by 10 points until we go to final price, the final price showdown.
I got to argue with Daniel off stream.
Okay.
Sorry. Pukki's a center forward. Pukki's a center forward.
Pukki is a center forward.
Anyway, moving on.
Pukki is a center forward. Alrighty. First up, we have a signed Lionel Messi and Diego Armando Maradona shirt framed. It's framed. There's proof that they signed it. There's pictures on another picture of them signing this thing.
This is the prize for winning this game, right?
This is the prize for winning the game.
Is it? You want in dollars?
This one is in pounds. That's a good question.
Okay,
There's one that's in dollars. This is in pounds. This is in pounds. Folks, chat, what are our guesses? And please write it down. I'll start a timer. We have 20 seconds, 10 seconds left.
Can you read that?
Don't show yet. Don't show yet.
Oh.
Don't show yet. Don't show yet. All right. All right. Please reveal your answers now. All right. We have 700. Holy Lord. No. No, that's not right. Okay, who's the closest?
That's 250. I don't know if you can
250.
read my two.
Milo's the closest. The closest was 250. It's the actual retail price is 9,999 pounds. It's not that much.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Bollock. I'd buy that for 9,000.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
use my Bitcoin on that.
Let's have a whip round on the stream.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a barometer. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the barometer. Greg was the closest in chat, by the way.
I was
Alrighty. Next up, we have a candid and rare Michael Jackson. Oh, where'd it go? Uh-oh. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me redo this. We have a candid and rare Michael Jackson. Oh, I gotta re-add it. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Boom. There we go. Candid and rare Michael Jackson 1984 soccer fan. 3 8x10 fine art photos. This one is in dollars. Name that price, folks. Time begins now. We have 30 seconds.
It's not signed or anything. It's just 3 photos.
It's not signed. It is not signed. Just 3 photos. I don't know what kit that is, to be honest. I don't know what kit that is. Yeah, guys, these are all NFTs, guys.
NFT. Oh, it looks like it's Nice.
So
Is
what,
it Nice?
just 3 pictures of MJ in a shirt?
3 pictures
That's
of
why I'm
MJ in a
confused.
shirt.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Name that price. Please show your answers. $48,
$200,
$200, $27. Okay, hold on. I gotta write down the scores here. My bad, guys. Hold on. So each of these
And the
are
only
worth-
reason I went 200 is because there's some absolute nutter MJ fans out there that would pay $200 for him. 3 photos of him.
So I
Even
was,
Mbappe breathed on it.
I was
Yeah.
way off, but won the first one.
Yeah.
Even though I was way off.
All right, we got
You
Hoff,
guys were.
Milo, CLF. All right, the actual retail price is $22.
Okay.
Ugh.
$22. Hoff got it. So that's 10 points for Hoff. Milo got the first one, 10 points. These are now worth 20 points. The next runs
Okay.
are worth 20 points.
Big money,
We
big
have
money.
a signed George Best, Dennis Law, and Bobby Charlton shirt framed. Holy Trinity jersey. Holy Trinity jersey.
In pounds or dollars or what?
In pounds. These are all in pounds now, I believe. This is worth the big 20 points. 20 points. 5 seconds remaining. 2, 1. Pens down. What do we have? 15,000, 43, 35K. Actual
It's gotta
retail
be more than
price.
Messi and Maradona.
It's less than Messi Maradona. It's 6,000.
Oh.
What?
These are from the same website, so
No.
yeah. Maybe Messi and
You know,
Diego
I
are.
gotta stop thinking about it like it's an auction. I keep thinking
Yeah.
like it's an auction, but I'm like, it will go for a lot more at auction, you know?
I
those
definitely
are-
would. Yeah. Right.
Hoff
Okay.
takes the points. All right, another 20-pointer. We have an FC Elite footballer action figure, James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez. An action figure in pounds. Action figure in pounds. How much is this going for? We have 50 cents on the board. 50 cents, 1 pence, $5. This is in pounds. This is in pounds. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. What do we have? $11.99.
Milo.
Oh wow, 12 and
12 quid.
$7.50. I got to get my calculator here. Hold on. The actual retail price is $10 or £10.80. So that's
me.
Milo. That's Milo. That's
Yep.
20
Yeah.
points for Milo.
Milo got me on the 11.99.
One penny.
that's close. That's a
One
that's a
penny.
brutal. That's brutal. That's brutal. All right, next one we have. This is a Jack Grealish signed 2022 FIFA World Cup football. FIFA World Cup football. My note, I think it was earlier this year. Yeah, so this superb 2022. Oh, let me start the timer. This superb 2022 FIFA World Cup
Is it
football.
the retail price or how much Extreme would pay for it?
Exactly. This was personally signed by Jack Grealish during a private signing session in Manchester on April 6th, 2022. So I will just say this. There could be many of these, if it was a private signing session. And it is a newer ball, so that does have some value. Iran is in with 300. Greg's with 200. Pens down, please. Do we have our guesses in? All right, what are our guesses? This is for 30 points now. 250.
222.
222, 69.99. Actual retail price, 199.99. I think that's cultured, or I think it's cultured.
Yep.
That's a 30 pointer. Now we're all tied up. We're all tied up
Nice.
at 30. Greg got it 200 on the dot there. Yeah, the ball is probably worth
150 on its own.
probably. Yeah, probably.
Oh, shit,
Alrighty.
Grealish is.
There we are. This is a Dele Alli signed football boot.
$3.
This gold Adidas X boot was personally signed by Dele Alli during a private signing session that was organized and conducted by Icons and took place in London on May 24th, 2019. So he was probably in form at the time. 2019, Dele Alli signed football boot. How much? Name that price. Name that price.
Just one boot, or do you get the pair?
I think you get the pair.
No, you maximize profit if you sell both.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? I think it might be in a case. Maybe not this one. Another one. All right. Time. Do we have our answers?
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got? We got 78, 100, and 150. This is worth 30 points.
99.
Milo takes the points. It's 179.99. 179.99.
Yeah.
These are tricky, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty. Next up, we have a Lionel Messi official FIFA World Cup signed yellow Messi 3 Speed Flow Adidas boot in an acrylic case. This was personally signed by Messi during a private signing session on April 13th, 2022 in Paris.
Pounds, yeah? Are we in pounds?
Pounds, correct, pounds. Greg is saying 350,000. 6 million, the GOAT. Iran says 0. Iran says 0. This is worth, what do we have? Oh, this is going to be worth 40 points, actually, guys. 40 pointer coming up now.
I'm gonna go higher.
And that is time. What do we got, guys?
Ooh. I was all over the place on this one.
385.
Close.
Oh, Hoff is going to take the points. Guys, this is 1,199 pounds and 99
I bet Dele Alli's pissed off.
Hoff takes the points.
I'm sure he is.
Hoff takes the points. Alrighty. And last one before
James Rodriguez characters you could buy for that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Hold on. Uh-oh. Wait, where did that come from? Hold on. My slides are out of order. All right, we're going to Final Jeopardy, guys. Okay, we're going to Final
bobblehead.
Jeopardy. Hoff, you have 70 points to wager.
Ooh.
Milo, you have
Oh.
60 points to wager.
60
Cultured, you
points.
have 30 points to wager. Actually, whoever gets this right wins the whole game. Now, who can name the price? This Jermaine Defoe England bobblehead. How much is this Jermaine Defoe England bobblehead?
Oh, that's great.
I need to pick this up.
I need to get that for my bookshelf.
It's
All
not
right.
signed Okay, just to be clear.
I'm all in.
All right.
60 points.
60 points all in. Milo's going for all of it.
I have that music available somewhere.
Pens down. Pens down. Let's start with Cultured Left Foot.
Ooh, okay.
Do you have
£23.70.
23 pounds 70. 23 pounds 70. All right. Next step is Milo. What is your guess, Milo? $13.99. $13.99. And Hoff, what is your guess?
Oh, I feel like it went high now.
$34.99. Actual retail price. $7.99. Milo the First, you are the winner.
Yeah,
You are the winner.
I can't wait to get my Maradona and Messi signed jersey in the mail.
It is in the mail, folks. It is in the mail. Nice. Well done, guys.
Cart,
Yeah.
Cart, how much would you pay for a Jermaine Defoe bobblehead?
Honestly, I would probably pay
Why, do you have one?
$35. I'd pay $35. Easy.
Yeah, I just put my budget on there. That's what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty nice though. Little bobblehead. Alrighty. Well, that was the game section, guys. Let's keep it moving. Weekly check-ins. Best of the week. Anybody got one? Best moment of the week.
Over.
Season is over. I'm actually, that's a good moment. Trying to think of my best of the week. I'm excited for Ten Hag to come in. He's coming in early. It's a highlight for me.
Oh, Mario Balotelli's goal.
Oh, yeah, it was
sick.
Was incredible.
That was pretty nice.
That was really nice. My best of the week is I went on a stag weekend, like a bachelor party weekend, I guess, for the North Americans. And it was just a great time. It was in the interior in BC, about 4 hours from Vancouver. It's wine country. It's just lakes and mountains. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Very, very, drunk and drinking and cigars, but also really
I thought
nice.
you were gonna
last
say
night.
like very peaceful,
Yeah.
therapeutic, very, very drunk.
Parts of it were like this morning and last night after dinner was nice, yeah. But
Nice.
we played Cards Against Humanity and I'd never played it before.
That was pretty fun.
Fucking hell. I was laughing so bad. I couldn't even when you have to read them out, like when everyone gives them to you. I couldn't even get through it. I was like, it took ages to get through because I'd get halfway through and just burst out laughing. Yeah, man, that game.
Maybe we could incorporate that into the game section somehow.
If we could play that on stream, somehow,
pretty
I would
fun.
love that. 'cause,
That'd be fun.
like, yeah, man.
2 drink minimum.
Some of the answers are so dark on those cards as well.
Oh, yeah.
That, like,
yeah, they are.
That's
a fun game,
definitely
though.
break Twitch rules.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Worst moment of the week. For me, it's eFootball taking a shit, man. eFootball just taking a shit. I don't think they're, first off, I don't think they're, Twitch content creators motivated at all, or don't see that as a,
One
way
of them
to
they
grow
are.
their game, and but also just from a casual perspective, I don't think they care much about console players. It's kind of a bummer. They
That's the impression that they've given
Yeah.
everybody. That's what.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got a nice, decent product. They just keep fumbling.
Yeah, never seen a company kill hype of something that was doing well when it was received so badly in the first place. They redeemed it and then just killed all the hype. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
It must be
Very
some like
bizarre. Yeah.
there's got to be some. It's so bizarre that I'm convincing myself it's a conspiracy. Like there's someone back there thinking, and they have some master plan. And that's
do you
how
think,
conspiracy theories arise, right? You can't believe what's happening, so you assume that there's some reason, Anyways.
Do you think that they are? Is it like just for them, culturally? Maybe they're like, this is what we're gonna do, and nothing else matters. So we're looking. This is where we're looking, and we're not looking outside of that. There's no one in the scene across the world telling them feedback. They're just, this is our plan, and we're gonna stick to it because of that.
Yeah.
I would argue, being a Japanese company, there'll be hierarchical where someone would have made a decision and no one will, even if they play it themselves, no one will speak up and say, oh, that was wrong. Because it's all still done on seniority in Japan. Generally, I mean, that's a very big generalization. But when I have to deal with Japanese companies, that is what you have to speak to the boss. Or they'll say something to you and then they'll end it with, but I need to run it by the manager.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of that. My mind wanders to those areas, like it's some cultural thing, or I don't know. I just don't know. We actually last night we raided a Japanese guy, and I was trying to. He lives in Tokyo, and Konami's offices are all in Tokyo, and they're the same as us. They're angry at the the stop and the hype and all that stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, that when it first released, the response in Asia was dreadful. Like, how we felt, like Europeans and Americans and everyone else around the world was like, it's dreadful. And I don't think Konami expected the backlash from Asia, and that was dreadful. And now it seems it's the same.
Does it make you feel stupid for spinning, for example? I'm just throwing that out there, like, because it does make me. It makes me feel a bit stupid for spinning.
Yeah, I mean, I spun for the content. That's how I rationalized it. I didn't really do it for my own personal squad or gain or whatever. It was just for fun.
And I guess I could, I'm going to use that too, because that will make me sleep. I'll sleep a little bit better tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the game is that, and that's one of the pluses of the game is that these legends obviously help, but it's not everything in this game, which is nice.
It's the people that put in too much money that they can't really afford. You're sort of like, they must be feeling really screwed over.
Yeah.
Like, and you hear so many stories about it in FIFA and things.
Yeah.
So season 2 is when? It's June something?
They're gonna do like a mini season from June 2nd to 14th or something. I don't know. And then June something.
Yeah.
F1? Did you guys watch? I haven't even seen the F1. I saw the qualifying. I didn't see anything of the race. Was anything exciting happen or?
Yeah. I mean, Mercedes back in the mix is a big one. Lewis unfortunately had some contact with Magnussen, but he came back from, I think, he was all the way last. Came back to fifth.
Oh wow!
With like the driver of the day. So it's got nothing to do with the driver at all. It's all the car.
He would have been fourth, wouldn't he? He would have been fourth, but he got the warning from the pit crew to say you've got a risk of a DNF. So basically, ease off. Yeah.
So they were putting the engine through its paces, and then George Russell on the podium, which I thought was another podium for him. So he's having a really good season. And the big one for me that I didn't like, and it's caused, again, stay away from social media. Don't do it to yourselves, children. But like the big one that's causing controversy is Perez being asked to make way for Verstappen. In my opinion, it's just, this is why Ricciardo left Red Bull. He saw it, the writing on the wall long before any of this. And that's why he left, because arguably, as Max was coming into it, he was still being given preferential treatment, despite Ricciardo probably being the better driver, when Max's first couple of years, at least in terms of consistency and all the rest of it. So, seeing Verstappen, he did, and like, I don't know, I don't like it. I think Checo deserves the chance to race him and defend him. And, it's, that's for me. I just, it doesn't help my, how I feel about Red Bull.
Checo is, he's Mexican, right? He's not Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to start a rumor, or maybe I do. I've heard
nationality.
I've heard that Christian Horner has a somewhat of a shrine to Verstappen in his bedroom, like in his ensuite bathroom. I don't. That's just what I heard. Tell your friends if you want, but it's up to you.
Feel free to tweet about it as well.
Yeah. Feel free to tweet at Christian Horner and at Red Bull.
Yeah. Sources unknown, but tweet them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And any events coming up this week? We got Champions League on Saturday, I believe, and Conference League on Wednesday. Do you know when the playoff? Yeah, promotion playoffs. Do you know when
is
those
it Sunday?
are? Is Sunday?
I think
Okay.
it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday.
I think it is as well.
It's one of those. I'll just read through chat real quick. Konami know what they're doing. They get people addicted to GP, deprive them of the chance to earn any, and the only way to get it is through spinning. June 16th, Season 2 will be great. Hopefully. Cribs, what's up, man? No, we're getting to the hair thing soon here. EA and FIFA are parting ways. Maybe we'll get better games.
Sunday.
In 2 years, we'll have two choices for football games. Yep. We might have 4 or 5 games in a couple years. With FIFA saying they're going to make their own game, EA making their own game, UFL goals, that's 4, and eFootball. Could be potentially 5. Maybe Konami working on licenses with other companies and teams. Maybe. That's very positive thinking.
All 5 of them are going to be competing for the Dream Team mode, Ultimate Team. Like, it's honestly, it's going to become so annoying.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
While there's great to have competition, it's all going to be about those modes focus first, and that is not good for football fans, in my opinion.
Yeah, might not be.
Agreed.
Promotion playoff in Germany today. That's right. Hertha Berlin won 2-1 on aggregate today over Hamburg, so they stay in Bundesliga. Did you guys
Hamburg just can't get back up
this weekend? So it's Champions League Saturday and playoff Sunday, or English?
Yeah,
playoff?
playoff Sunday.
Oh, nice. I want Nottingham and who's the other team?
Huddersfield.
Yeah, Nottingham would be great. All right.
Come on, Nottingham.
Anything you guys want to plug? Anything else coming up this week? Milo, anything?
I don't know if you guys want to do NHL Wednesday. I'll be down. We'll see how that goes. We'll talk about it in the Discord. So maybe some NHL Wednesday night. I'll probably try. Hockey. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll probably try to squeeze in another GTA 5M roleplay stream, because I really enjoyed it the other night. It was fun. But the big one for me, my new PC's ready, so I'm actually going to take this week to. I'm going to spend a bit of time this week trying to do some setup stuff. I'm adding another monitor and setting up my audio mixer and all that stuff. So I'll be doing some testing of the stream, but I might not do like a full-on stream until maybe next weekend or after. And then we're 2 weeks out from the kiddos coming, so there's a lot going on there. The summer is going to be, there'll be less Milo over the summer. The winter, I'll probably be back a bit heavier, but I'll still be around. I'm still going to be playing games when I can. And
sounds good.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I said last week, I'm going to probably drop to 1 or 2 streams a week for the next couple of months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hoff, anything you want to plug or anything coming up that you want to talk about?
Not really. I'm kind of excited for this coming weekend's racing, not just Monaco. Monaco's a little dry. I get the spectacle and everything, but I'm excited for it. But I'm more excited for the Indy 500. I haven't really been into IndyCar before. Is kind of weird. I started watching F1 and then I got into IndyCar more. So Sunday race day. That's what I'm excited about.
Nice. How is Columbus Crew doing, by the way? Are they doing all right?
No.
No? Okay. I don't know.
So bad. They can't
MLS
win
is what,
away
like,
from home. They struggle
MLS
at
is-
home. It's bad.
They're like a month and a half into the season, right? Like 2 months, maybe?
A little bit more. They started late March. So
Okay.
yeah, I guess almost not quite 2 months.
Gotcha. Nice. And Cultured, anything you want to plug? Anything upcoming?
Derby save on YouTube, going pretty
nice.
well for Football Manager. Yeah, good fun that one. Rebuilding Derby, doing a net spend FC thing, so we can only spend money that we get in through player sales, which is quite an interesting little challenge. eFootball, I'm really enjoying the series that I've got going on YouTube, so I'm gonna have to find some content to churn out from what is the nonsense that is eFootball at the moment.
And he may or may not have got to Div 1, guys. tune in. Right?
Yeah, may or may
You
not.
gotta watch.
Div 1.
You gotta watch.
Cart misunderstood my message. I didn't get to Div 1. I was celebrating the fact that he got to Div 1 with his under 24s. But fine.
What? Really?
Yes. I didn't want
Oh,
to correct you because you're live on stream. So I was like, I'll just let that slide. People can think I've got the Div 1.
I thought you
So-
tweeted.
No.
Oh shit!
No. But
I totally
I
misunderstood.
have-
But now none of us can go for Div 1. So,
yeah.
I don't want to go for
exactly.
Div
Yep.
1. Apparently, you get stuck in
No.
Div 1. That's the rumor.
yeah.
Sorry, go
Um,
ahead, Culture.
Yeah, I've created a new team on eFootball, which is around players that have just done really well for me on various Football Manager saves I've had. So it's a real like
Oh, nice.
absolute hodgepodge of different players from different places that are just terrible. Like, I've got Gavin Bazzuno in goal, who is Man City's youth goalkeeper, who's been on loan at like Portsmouth and someone else. He's like 63 rated, so it's just a different aspect to it. It's good fun. Yeah, it's
That
just
is fun.
making it a little bit different and keeping it entertaining. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Well, next week we'll have the Champions League to talk about, some playoffs to talk about. I'm not sure what our schedule is going to be going into the summer. We'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. Not much going on usually during the summer. Maybe we'll figure something out. But
As for rumor show.
yeah, so maybe something
Yeah.
like that. Maybe something like that. Something more casual.
Games.
Yeah, just play some games and yeah.
Just
actually, that's a great
games,
idea.
yeah.
Just Cards
We could
Against
all-
Humanity Monday. Something like that.
We could all bring a game.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, we could do something like that. And then play a
like
game of play
Is
some
there
Among
a
Us.
is there going to be a Monday we can wrap up show summer break?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because
We'll
it'll be good. The start of the Prem will be like a big one.
Right.
Next, in August that'll be, I suppose.
I mean, there maybe during
it's such a shame the World Cup's not on in the summer, man.
Yes. Oh,
There'll be
yeah.
qualifiers, right? There'll be qualifiers in the beginning of
Yeah.
second week of June,
June?
and then
Yeah,
Nations
some
League. or
Nations
whatever.
League stuff.
But then after
Yeah.
that, it's kind of a dry spell then.
Ooh.
Unless we want to start covering MLS. I
You
personally don't. I personally don't.
You don't.
You do that, I'll just hold one of the twins here and they can just scream
Just for
Yeah,
views.
for the whole thing.
Yeah, that'll be
It's
good.
probably more entertaining.
Yeah, it
honestly.
is. It probably is. Alrighty,
So
guys.
it's so hard to be motivated in the MLS because I live in an MLS city, but the team
Right.
is sucked.
Yep.
So like,
Yeah.
it's so hard to stay motivated by it, to be honest.
All right, and now now I made a promise this last week that I'm gonna. Oh shit! That I'm going to do a hair reveal. I'm gonna straighten my hair, guys, with this iron.
Ooh.
I'm gonna plug
Wait,
it in
wait, not-
and straighten this
wait, that's
hair.
You're not going to straighten the hair
Iron,
you're
iron.
wearing now,
Yep,
are you?
yeah, it's all happening, guys. It's all happening. We're gonna straighten the hair.
Do you have a fire extinguisher handy?
I do.
Okay, good.
But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. We'll wrap it up there, and we'll be back for the post show in about 5 minutes or whenever this thing finishes playing, which I don't have queued up because I don't have queued up.
All right,
Where
guys.
is
Well,
it?
thank you, Carl,
Yes.
for having us as always, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Culture-
Thank you. I'll be in the stream.
HoffSpur.
I will
Good
catch you
talk.
guys.
Good talk.
Catch you guys later. Ciao.
Yeah.
With
Bye, everyone.
Quite fitting. The season finishes and we get all
Adios.
4 of us on the same show.
Yeah,
Right.
it was good. Yeah, I didn't really mention it, but that was great that happened. All right, guys, I'll be right back in just a moment.
All right.
Oh shit,
Cheers,
not
oh.
this song. Cheers. Good night.
Adios.
Good night. Good night.
All right, let me there we go. This is the right place. There we go. All right, guys. We'll be back in like 5 seconds. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. Yeah, I gotta prepare the hair. I gotta fill up the fire extinguisher. No, not going off air. Not.
It's the Monday weekend wrap up. It's the Monday weekend wrap up. It's the
Alrighty.
Monday Weekend Wrap-Up.
Okay.
It's the Monday
This is gonna be weird.
Weekend Wrap-Up.
Okay, here we go.
It's the Monday Weekend